It's time to take a look at some of the after effects of the M30 debacle. Now that those 30th anniversary packs are out there, it's time to discuss the changes that have happened in the world of Magic the Gathering. Player habits have been changed forever. People may not recognize it yet, but the world of Magic the Gathering has just shifted and changed forever. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. When changes like this happen, it's so easy to just be mad and upset at Wizards of the Coast for this M30 just giant load of you-know-what that they gave us. The fact that the sales are probably lower than expected puts the smile on a lot of people's faces because we did speak with our wallets and we said no. And that message will go back to Wizards of the Coast, or it won't. It'll go back to Hasbro, or it won't. But the change still occurred. Whether you like it or not, the change happened. And for some people, it will be life-altering. And I want to explain what I mean by all these changes that I'm talking about. When Wizards of the Coast did the announcement, think back to when it first came up. $999 for 4 booster packs. And the outrage started. But that outrage, although well-founded, was actually built on a seed of anger that was already there. Out of how many products were being made. Crappy card quality. Poor distribution methods, overpricing, price-sensitive players. All of that was just building up that when they gave us that announcement, players exploded. They teamed up together and they said no, not anymore. But it's more than that. When you look at the players now, when you look at your friends in your playgroup, when you go into an LGS, think about how different you yourself view products, singles. The MTG finance world has not adjusted to this, nor will it for quite a while, but the change is already in the air. I get it from the emails from players, from the Discord messages, Instagram followers. Guys, when you look at this, players are not just randomly buying cards anymore. They're not just going to randomly walk into a shop and say, I think I'll just buy 10 packs of this, spend 60, 70, 80 bucks and buy it. I'm going to randomly buy these 4 commander decks without knowing what's in there. Or even if I know what's in there, I'm still going to buy it. I'm going to store a couple. I'm going to invest in those. That's done. There will still be people who invest. Pardon me, I stuttered over my own words. There will be people who still invest. But they'll be fewer and far between. Players who are switching to singles. It won't just be, I'm buying singles. It'll be, I'm buying singles that augment decks I already own. I'll be tricking out maybe a commander deck. Maybe I'm working on a competitive, an EDH commander deck. Maybe I just want to play some Pioneer. Maybe I'm actually still playing Standard. I'm switching over to Pauper. Players' perspectives on how they look at this game have been changed forever. I know it because I see it in myself. I see it in the playgroup I'm around. I see it in the shops I walk into. The shift from players just buying random stuff of sealed and saying it's going to go up in value are done. Players are going to scrutinize sets. They're going to be looking for value. These player habits are not shifting back. They're saying, what is inside a set like Throne of Eldraine that makes it good, that makes a player may want to go back to it? Maybe. But of those cards that people want, how many times has Wizards reprinted it and killed the value inside that set? The effects on the secondary market are going to be very, very wide-ranging, but they are going to happen. No more you're going to probably see players hoarding pallets of product when we know how much is out there. Player attitudes have just shifted. It's like they saw what was happening now. They've seen the light. They've seen what the content creators have been talking about and seeing. They see it in their own playgroups and friends. And when this 30th announcement came out, this is all good news for a lot of players. This is that light at the end of the tunnel that tells you that players are shifting their attitudes, which means they will save more money. They will have a larger disposable income because they're not going to spend it all on Magic cards randomly hoping to get that gambler's premium card. There may be players who still want it. And let's face it, there are people who are addicted to cracking packs, and they're going to do that anyway. Yes, there's those people you can't change. They're going to be who they're going to be. There's still whales who are going to buy products. But for many of the casual players, or the minor minnows and trouts out there who collected cards and bought product and stored sealed, it's going to change. I will probably continue now to buy less. I will buy more singles. The shift to reserve list cards and higher end reserve list cards is happening. It's still on a smaller scale, but it seems to be the safer investment for some of those players who are looking to still buy some Magic cards they've always wanted, but they want it to have value. So some players are shifting that way. Other players, instead of buying a box of, say, Dominaria United, they're just going to go after the key cards they want. Maybe they want Teferi. Maybe they want to go ahead and get Sheoldred. They're going to buy individual cards. And that will mess up that secondary market in ways most people can't fathom. If boxes aren't being bought, single prices will rise. But it will be more than a box? Probably not. And if it does, you have arbitrage where people may go back to box openings. There's a lot that is going to happen. This player shift in attitude is a positive thing for the player base of Magic the Gathering, telling Wizards, we're done. You don't own us. We own you. And we will buy the products we deem worthy. And I think that's an epic thing. It's a thing that I guess needed to happen. Because with that one voice, with everyone turning down M30, this will now occur. And this will be that changing event that most players, most stores, most people probably don't realize is going to happen. They may not see the shift. And if you can't adapt to that shift, you're probably in trouble. If you're a store who's hoarding hundreds and hundreds of boxes, you're probably going to be cutting your orders. You're going to be shifting some of these boxes to lower prices or cracking them to go for singles and try to move those products out any way you can. And you may end up seeing stores cutting orders overall because players aren't buying sealed product in advance. They're not putting cash in the hands of the stores to buy pre-order boxes when there's no benefit to pre-ordering. They're always just available. It's a falsity. It's a farce to think you had to pre-order. Oh, I got to have it day one. Everyone gets it day one. There's always enough. Because how Wizards has done things, we know now that there is so much product out there and it will take them so long to cut orders that unless we see a serialized box number on every single box telling us production numbers, players will never look at this again the same way. Stores won't look at it the same way. There will be a forced evolution in the market and weaker hands will crumble. They will not be able to recover from this. Some players who kept singles all this time will probably do very well. Players who already have sealed product, hold on to it. You're probably going to be okay in the long run because you probably already paid for it. But I like the idea that these game-changing habits all came. They really have culminated in a difficult economy, followed by what Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro did with these packs. I think that was that linchpin event that made players just say enough. Because I've never seen a stronger voice from the play group out there. All this player base uniting together. I watched a whole bunch of other content creators, and a lot of us are on that same vein of what's going on. But I don't really see anyone talking about that idea that this is a real shift in attitudes overall. When eventually the production numbers will actually wind down. I'm not saying the prices will go down, but they will lower production to kind of meet the needs and not have to store so much product. And it will take time. It's a big ship. It takes time to move around. So we'll be looking for that in the future. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Do you think I'm on the right line of thinking in this case? Do you think it's really going to be an altering habit? Or do you think maybe it'll recover after a few years? Players will kind of forget and go back that direction. Because I don't think we will. I think this is a done deal. And I think you're going to eventually see an upshift in certain types of sales based on how often cards get reprinted. I want to know what you guys think. I want to see those comments in the comments section, and let's have this conversation started, because this is going to take a long time to really unroll itself, to get a good look at the new lay of the land and the new map. Almost like we're in Jumanji looking down going, whoa, this has changed! And you can't figure out why. This is why, and this is because of what they did. And I don't think they're aware of it yet. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Thanks for being here with the Mox Man today. And again, we're at the end of the video, but thanks again, everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. I probably forgot to mention it, but we're 530 subscribers away from hitting that 15,000. And of course, a big shout out to MTG Historian, for hitting 50,000 subscribers. Way to go, buddy. I couldn't help but mention it. It's awesome. So if you made it this far in my video, let's make sure we put a big shout out. Put MTG Historian inside the comment section so I know you made it that far in the video. Let's celebrate all the other amazing Magic YouTubers out there. It's an awesome world of Magic and we all get to enjoy it. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Have an awesome day, everyone.